chair yoga video, and I'm just going to go through a few props that you might want, and if the dog wanders in, don't worry about it, I've left it open because she thinks one of the props is hers. So the first thing is possibly some bricks. Okay, now if you've got them, great. If you haven't, a couple of big books. I think the Tolstoy books will be great for this sort of thing. They're thick and they're solid. Okay. Something else that is very useful is a block. They can come in this compressed material, which I find more comfortable for sitting and kneeling on, or the slightly harder material of this. Again, if you haven't got this, a cushion, a pillow will substitute very well. Okay. A belt, a webbing belt, if you have one, fantastic. If not, a substitute is your dressing gown cord. Really useful sometimes. And a stretchy belt, again, dressing gown cord will substitute. So you don't need to go out and buy things, you've got things in the house you can use. And then I tend to use some little weights. Now these are small weights, half a kilo, no more than a kilo. It's not a bodybuilding class, but this just does add an extra bit. Again, don't go out and buy anything. You've got a bottle of water, 2 little small 500ml bottles of water filled up or half filled will work perfectly well as your weights. Okay. And then last but not least, I think Millie's run off with them all, is a ball. No, she thinks I'm going to throw this for her. And they can come in whatever you've got lurking in the garage, in the shed. Don't go buy stuff. So that's a golf ball I picked up off the allotment. Well, if people want to throw them away, I'll take it. Tennis ball, which Millie thinks is hers and she's going to come and get in a minute. I can see it coming. These spiky balls, again, you can buy, but you don't need to. These are my favourite, I must admit, and that's just a fairly solid, what's it called, a therapy ball. Okay, there she goes. So it's always quite nice, just before you start, to wake the feet up. So I'm going to do it with my little spiky ball, and I'm just going to put the others back and leave Millie to have the tennis ball, because she's going to take it anyway. Go on, girl, off you go. So it is quite nice to start. Oh, one last thing. Socks or no socks? It's often something I'm asked. It's personal. I think if you're using socks, anything with a grip on the bottom is probably safer, because if you're not practicing on a mat, say you're on a wooden floor or a laminate floor, it stops your feet sliding, whereas a normal sock you will slide. So I do think grippy socks are worth the investment. You can go barefooted, but I know for many people they don't want to do that, myself included. So it's absolutely personal. For safety, maybe a grippy sock. Okay, right, so we're going to start just by standing or sitting. I'm going to do it sitting just because when I stand you don't see a whole lot of me. And we're just going to massage the feet. So we're going to go up and down the foot, starting with the big toe. And you're pressing down a little bit into it. So if you're standing, that's absolutely fine, but you lose me a little bit in the picture. And you start with the big toe and you slide, pressing down along, and you come back. And then you go to your next toe and you slide it along and back. And you get the idea, you're working your way down the foot, down the toes. So using the toes as an anchor to go down the foot, okay? And you also want to go along the toes and sort of stretches them out. You also want to look at the heel, so going across the heel, okay? The outside of the foot and the inside of the foot. Now, you're going to do both feet, so if you want to pause the video and get both feet done, and you can spend as long as you like doing this. Sometimes this is just so nice, sit there watching telly, just go for it. It's really lovely. And we often neglect our feet, and yet when we stand, walk, move, it's the base, it's our foundation. So I sometimes think a couple of minutes just looking after the feet doesn't do us any harm, okay? So when you've done the feet and you're happy, you can restart the video, all right? Lovely, so I'm going to move that out of the way, and that Millie's going to come and take them in a moment. Don't worry about her. I'm actually going to be in the chair today, and another day I will do something where we're lying down. So your chair can impact on your practice. So a flat chair, a dining room chair, is really useful. This one doesn't have a back, but if you've got a back, you might want to roll up a blanket to help you sit up tall. Now I haven't got this back, so I've actually rolled up another mat, and I can put it behind my lower back, and that allows me to support my back and sit tall, so I'm elongating the spine, okay? So just something to think about when you're deciding which chair you're going to use. And the other reason a flat one's better is because when we open the legs, if you've got a ridge, you're sort of going whoopsie up and down. Not something wrong with that, but it just makes life simpler if it's flat, okay? So we are going to start, and I'm going to take a brick, just gently put it between my thighs to encourage lots of right angles. Okay, just because we're seated doesn't mean we could ignore our alignment. So I'm going to work, I'll probably move this at some point. I am just seated. I've got a right angle here, and I've got a right angle here. If your feet don't reach the floor, just reach for a block and put your feet on those. I'm going to put Millie up because she's right in the video trying to get these balls out of the bag. Okay, up there, girl. Go on, up you go. Just sitting tall and aligned, you're starting to use a lot of muscles. Okay? So feet are parallel, facing forward, and they're firmly on the ground. All 4 points, 1, 2, and the 2 bits of your heel, so you can press down into them. We're just going to start by breathing. So maybe your lips are closed, and I invite you to close your eyes or just lower them. And we're simply going to inhale and exhale slowly. So let's just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So I invite you to take up a hand to your belly, a hand to your heart. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So I want you just to continue slowly inhaling and exhaling, roughly the count of 3. And then just feel your ribs are moving. Maybe take your hands to your ribs. As you inhale, notice the rib cage expands. Exhale, comes back. Inhale, expands. Exhale, comes in. Inhale, expands. Exhale, comes in. And just keep going. And this is something, again, you can just do quietly on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. So we're just going to bring our hands to our knees as we start to move. So on your next inhale, we're going to float the arms up into high prayer hands, perhaps lifting the head to follow the arm. Bring the hands down in front of our chest. You're going to take your left hand, extend it in front of you. Just reach forward a little bit So you're stretching forward. And now we're going to keep the fingers extended and the arm extended. Open up. And we're opening up at the shoulder, so we're not moving the torso. If you want to just cue your body to stay still, put your thumb onto your sternum. As you slowly open up the arm, turning your head so you're following the arm with your nose and eyes, and then slowly bring it back. Just following the arm. And then when you're done, bring your hands back together. Extend the right hand in front. Just stretch forward first. And then keeping the arm extended, fingers stretched. Follow your fingers with your nose and your eyes. So we're twisting the head. And again, I've got my left thumb on my sternum to remind me to keep the torso facing forward. So we're stretching out the arms. And then slowly bring it back. Again, just twisting the head slowly. Bring it in. So we're going to go again. Arms out, stretch it first. Elongate the arms and fingers and slowly open up. Now we're going to go slowly because your arm muscles are doing the work here. If I just whack them back, that would be more gravity doing the work rather than your arm muscles. And we really want to build up our arm muscles. Bringing it back to neutral. Extend the fingers again. Open up. Open up a bit more. Oops. And I'm just going to go again. Bring it back. Slowly. So we're really using the arm muscles. Now you may have noticed I popped a brick between my thighs, and that was so I could start to engage the legs. So I'm not just working the arms, I'm sitting tall, but I'm also engaging the adductors, pulling it in, like bringing our legs into the centre line. It's not a big action, I'm not squeezing, I'm just gently pressing in. So we're going to take our head and we're going to drop the chin to our chest. Take a slow inhale and exhale. And maybe another one. And then lift the head up. Taking it back. Use a hand to support the back of your head as you take the neck back. Slow inhales and exhales. Bring the head back. So we're going to move into a gentle twist. I am going to move this, but you might want to leave yours there. We're going to inhale the arms up and we're going to twist to the right. So the left hand comes to our right knee. Your right hand goes behind onto the chair. I'm just moving side on. So it's just going behind and resting on the chair. We're sitting tall. The twist is at the waist. Weight is even in both sit bones. So I'm really just twisting at the waist. Roll those shoulders down. Okay. And then turn the head, looking over your shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And if you want to go deeper, you're going to use the exhale to go a little deeper. Inhaling and exhaling to twist a little more. Listen to your body, do what's good for you. So we're going to, on our next exhale, just bring our torso back to centre. Right hand we're going to hold on the chair as we float the left arm up to our ear. Keeping this left sit bone firmly on the chair, we're just going to bend, elongating that arm. So rather than a sort of floppy arm, let's elongate it. So it's like a gentle curve, and you're feeling the stretch down here. Again, slow inhales and exhales. So we're going to inhale the body up, the torso, bring up the right arm, and we're going to twist to the left. So our right hand goes to our left knee, and the left hand goes behind on the chair, keeping both sit bones firmly on the chair. Turning your head to look over your left shoulder. And you're going to continue to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And again, if you feel your shoulders have come up to your ears, roll them down. Slow inhales and exhales. And then if you want to go a little deeper at the waist, fill the belly up with an inhale and use the exhale to twist maybe a little bit more. Bringing the torso back to centre, left hand can hold the chair, sweep the right arm up, elongating the arm, and then we're just going to bend to the left, keeping this right sit bone on the chair so we're not waking it up. Okay? And again, elongating the arm, so we're still working the arm muscles as well. Inhales and exhales, and then inhale the torso back. So we're going to go into cat-cow. I'm just going to turn side on so you can see what I'm doing. You can stay facing. So we're still sitting tall. We're just going to take our hands to our palm, and we're going to send the lower back towards your chair. So we're really curling the spine. Imagine that you're pulling the pubic bone up and towards the navel, engaging that tummy button as we curl. And I'm really wanting to curl this back. And you can drop the head. Okay. So you're really thinking about pushing back into your chair. Okay. And then we're going to come out into the cow, which is a saddle pose. So we start to press into our hands, lifting ourselves up, and then engaging the core. We're rotating the pelvis a little bit, so the sit bones are coming back as you're creating this arch in the lower back. Roll those shoulders down, lifting the head back if that's comfortable. Keep engaging the core. We're doing that by sucking the belly button into the spine. Let's go back into a cow. So we're curling, really releasing it. Pubic bone is coming up a little bit towards your navel, dropping the head. And again, into the cow, sometimes called a saddle. You're rotating, the sit bones are going back as you're lifting the sternum up, lifting the chest, shining it. Shoulders down, shoulder blades in and down the spine, lifting the head. Come back to a neutral position. So I'm going to do a little bit of arm work on this one, and then we'll do some hip work. So if you're going to use weights, reach for them, little weights, all right? And again, we're going to sit tall. So we want to engage this belly, so we're sitting tall, elongating the spine, okay? Listen to your back. If you're getting backache, support the lower back, okay? It will give you something to push. If you've got a support here, it will give you a cue that you can just gently elongate the spine. Instead of having this curve, you're just pushing it back. So the pubic bone's just coming up a little bit. All And we're going to focus on lifting the chest. So it's not the belly, we're not throwing the belly out. We want to keep this part still and we're just lifting here. Okay. So we're just going to take our weights. If you're not using weights, make a fist with your hand. Okay. We're just going to take our weights. Again, thinking about elongating the arms but without locking them. Alright, so they're elongated. Keep pressing the feet into the ground now, maybe a bit more into the block. And then just lift up the left arm. Lower it down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, right up and down. And up. And down. So I get off the correct left and right. So I'm mirror teaching. Inhale, up your left. And your right. Now you can continue to do alternate, or we can go into both arms. As you're lifting, engage the core. Hold that belly button in to stop us arching and lifting the belly. Just going to do a couple more of these, and then we're going to open up the chest wide. So last one. Remember to put your weights down. Anytime you're thinking, do you know what, my arms are aching, put them down. Keep the torso long. Let's just open up. Come back. Slowly open up. Come back. We're going as slowly, we're not doing too fast. Open up slowly. Come back. And we're going to open for 10. Come out of it anytime you want. So let's open. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really slowly, really slowly. Bring the arms back. Your upper arm muscles are probably saying hello to you right now. Oh. Lose your weights. Okay. Just take your fingertips to your shoulders. Do some shoulder rolls one way. Just ease it off. And the other way. Okay, maybe give yourself a hug, taking the left hand under to begin with. Walk the fingers round your back. Oh, feels good. And the other side. Oh, again, walk the fingers. Oh, have a sip of water. Take a breath for a moment. We're going to move on to our bottom half, and then we're going to do some sun salutations. So, if you're not forward on the chair yet, come forward so that about half your thigh is off the chair, so you're no longer using a support for your back. Pop that brick back between your legs, not the knees, put it between the thighs, because we're going to work the knees. Okay, and if you've got a brick there, it might get in the way. So reach for your belt or a dressing gown belt, whatever you've got that you're going to use. And basically just fold it in half. Okay? Take it over the ball of the foot. So that's the ball of the foot. That's the arch. We want to avoid the arches up at the ball of the toes. Okay? And then when you've done that, lower your foot back down to the ground. Take your left hand, tuck your elbow in, palm up, and then put the belt in. So the belt is simply an extension of your arm, because you're going to leave this elbow tucked in to your side. Your right hand either goes to this knee, because you're going to be pressing into the ground, or you can hold the chair. Okay, so play around with it, see what's best. We are just working the knee, so your thigh, in theory, isn't moving. Now I'm going to just put a little bit of a bit of a modification here. When we lift up, we're lifting up to knee height. We don't want to collapse back into the chair. We want to stay tall. So it might be that your straight leg is lower down. Okay, that's fine, because when we flex our ankle, we're lengthening down the back of the line. And again, actually, sometimes you just feel plain tired and perhaps you don't want to elevate the leg to knee height. So one practice will be different to the next. Okay, so sitting tall, I'm going to press my hand into this leg to remind me that this is my anchor leg. Keep engaging the adductor muscles. And we're just going to lift the leg, flexing the ankle, keep the torso long. Okay, and I'm pulling those toes into my shin. And I can really feel this stretch behind the knee. And I'm just going to lower that down again. Take a breath. Off we go again. Lifting, holding, smiling. Release it down. I'm just going to do a few more of those. Lifting, flexing that ankle, pulling those toes in. Ooh, smile, release it. Let's just go for 5. So we're going to lift it up, flex, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more for luck. And release it down. Keep smiling. Take the brick, put it on the floor or on your thigh. This is actually, I find quite nice on the thigh. It just helps me sit tall because I've raised my thigh. So keep pressing into the right leg. We're going to lift that left one, taking it out to the side. Okay, elbow tucked in. Flexing that ankle. Bring it back. Lower it down. Let's go again. Lift the ankle. Flex it. Taking it out to the side. So I'm trying to push through my heel now. It's really interesting watching the camera. I went out slightly bent. Push through the heel. Bring it back. Lower it down. I'm just going to adjust my belt. It's slipping. Feel free to do that anytime. Last one. We're going to lift, flex. Now I'm going to push through the ankle. Keep pushing through the ankle. That keeps behind the knee elongated. Out we go. Woo! Oh, this is talking to me. Bring it back. Lower down. Release that. Oh, take a breath. Have a sip of water. And then we will go the other way. Pause the video if you want to go get a sip of water. We're going to go the other way. Right. Oh, going to do exactly the same. We're hooking it over the ball of the foot, avoiding the arch. Right elbow tucked into our waist, and then I'm just palm up and holding that. Brick is back between my thighs. Oh, I'm going to wriggle a bit because I'm very stiff today. Hand here. So let's just start by lifting the leg, pulling that ankle in. Okay, feel that stretch and lower it down. And again, up we come. Pull, pull, lower down. Let's just do a few more of those. Up we come, flexing the ankle. Pull the toes towards your shin. And lower. And again. Okay, so we're really pulling the toes as well. Ooh. Last one, we're going to go for the count of 5, keeping this torso long. Up we come. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 for luck, 2 for luck. Now lower down. Take the brick, put it on your thigh. You can use it to rest the forearm. Okay, so again, sitting tall. Take a breath. Right, when you're ready, inhale, and let's open up, pushing through that heel. Okay, and draw it back. through that heel, I'm pulling the toes towards me. I'm using my arm a little bit to lift my torso, and I am taking the leg out wide and bringing it back. One more. Okay, relaxing the shoulders. Ooh. We do want to hold tension, don't we, anywhere in the body. So it's being conscious of what the rest of our body's doing. And bring it back. Lower that down. So lose the belt for a minute. And just take the brick to the floor maybe. And I'm just going to forward fold because I want to give the back a bit of a rest. And you can either put your feet on bricks, bring them together. I'm going to lie over my thighs. Now again, if that's not comfortable, just take something. All we're doing is we're just making a counter pose with the back. Just let the head drop for a moment. Oh, feel that, stretch it out. And then coming back up. Right. So we're going to do a little bit of goddess, and then we're going to do some sun salutations. So we're going to take the feet wide to 2 o'clock, and you're going to build the floor up till the floor comes to you. So before you get going, you might need to pause the video to find where your floor is. Okay, so when you put your hands down, you can get the palms flat. All right, you're going to decide where it is. There's lots of variations. Work on what's good for you. Okay. Right, I think I'm going to go 2 because I'm feeling very stiff today, but 1 is equally good. So, there we are. Let's do a twist, goddess, sweep floor. So we're going to feet again, right angles here. Your knees are tracking over your feet. You are pretty much on the edge of the chair. If you're back here, it might be a bit, well, not so difficult, but you want to be able to fold forward and twist. But you've still got your buttocks firmly on the chair. Let's take the hands to our side. Okay, let's inhale the arms up. And then keeping the fingers long by our ear, we're hinging, so it's happening at the waist. Keeping the torso and the arm long, we're going to start to lean forward. Now you're going to feel yourself roll, very much so the perineum's coming towards the chair. And you're going to keep reaching towards me, until your back is as parallel to the floor as is good for you. Take your hands to your new floor, okay? And then take your left hand, put it in the middle, hands firmly down. You're either going to sweep the right arm up to the ceiling, or if you've got a shoulder injury, you're going to sweep it behind, and we're just going to twist at the waist. You've got the weight equal on both sit bones. We haven't twisted anywhere else except at the waist. Okay, so take the arm up. Maybe take the head up. If that's not comfortable, turn it down. Find where's good for you. Okay, there is no right or wrong. It's about moving with what we are and who we are. Bring the arm back. Switch hands. So now you've got the right hand firmly in the middle. And again, you can sweep the left arm up or take it behind and twisting at the waist. Now it might be that one arm sweeps up and one arm you twist. That's fine. We're not symmetrical. Okay, one side will work easier than the other. Maybe today you're just feeling stiff. Tomorrow will be different. You know, I am incredibly stiff today. And then bring the arm back, okay? So bring your hands up to your knees. Let's just lift the torso for a moment. So we're going to take the hands, palms in. And we're going to just go into a goddess pose. So we're going to start with the left shoulder. We're going to lift it up to our ear. left hand and left knee are pressing into each other as a counterbalance. And I'm going to start to twist. I'm sending my left shoulder towards my right knee, and I'm really twisting. And your right hand might have come behind the other knee. So you're pressing hands and knees into each other. Oh, that feels lovely down the back. Come back to centre. Let's adjust. Right hand, right knee, maybe left hand's coming a bit more out, that is. Right shoulder up, start to travel, right shoulder towards your left knee. And the hands and the knees are pressing into each other to keep them in place, but provide the activity. So rather than a passive move, this is active. And back. Oh, lovely. Keep the feet where they are. Inhale the hands up to high prayer, bringing them down to your chest. Twist at the waist, hinge, press into the feet. Okay, keep the torso long as you hinge to the right. Come back to centre, facing front. Inhale, arms up. Bring them to prayer at your heart. Twist left, hinge, pressing into the feet. Come back to centre. We're going to sweep the floor in a moment. Inhale the arms up, keep the palms facing each other, parallel to the ears. Twist right, you're hinging. Keep your torso and arms long. Come back to centre. Twist left, hinging. Come back to centre. We're going to sweep the floor. Twist right, lean forward or hinge forward until you've gone as far as you can. Sweep the floor, up you come again. Twist left, hinge, hinge, hinge until you've gone as far as you can. And then sweep the floor and up, once more each way. Twist right, hinge, woo, sweep the floor, and one more. Hinge left, and then sweep the floor. Oh, that does feel good. Right, some salutations we're going into. I'm going to do this side on so you can see. Right, so you want your chair with the seat part facing you. Keep it on the mat for stability. All right. Now you can only see the front half of my chair. That's the only bit you need to see. Otherwise, I'm going to be out of the picture. So we're going to start up close to the chair. Inhale the arms up, and as we exhale, we're going to fold. So we want to keep our torso long. Put a bend in the knee. Bring your hands to the chair, and then just letting the crown of the head drop. Inhale to tabletop. Back is parallel to the chair, to the floor even. Have a bend in your knee. Okay. So on your inhale, step back with your tiptoes to your right foot and the left. Now we've got our plank going. So I've engaged the glutes, thighs, pulling that belly in. Now rather than sinking into the chair, push the chair away, looking forward. Okay. Now we're going to come into a modified cobra. We're coming up on the tiptoes. Keep those glutes engaged as you lift the sternum up between your arms. We're not sinking the hips. We want those long and strong. We're lifting that sternum. And then we're going back, heels to the floor. So I'll just bring it in the picture a little bit. Heels to the floor, pushing back through the arms. So you've got a lovely, lovely upside down V. I've had to step a bit out of the picture. Okay. Oh, feel that stretch. Lifting up the right leg high and step it forward. And the other leg. And let's inhale up. Exhale as you fold. Crown of the head to the chair. Inhale into tabletop, flat back. think about our cat-cow. Step back with your left leg onto your tiptoes, then your right leg onto your tiptoes. Engage those glutes. Pull the belly button in. Push through the arms. You're pushing that chair away. Okay. And then to come into Cobra, we're just going to push on the toes a little bit, lifting the sternum between the arms. Keep those legs engaged, glutes engaged. We're not sinking that hip, just lifting the sternum up. Pushing back into your heels, okay? Back into your heels. Push, 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 push. Keep pushing. And feel that stretch. Enjoy it for a moment. Oh, beautiful. Lift up that left leg and step it forward into a lunge. And the other one. And then curl up through the spine. One more round using the chair. Inhale up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale as you're stepping back. The right foot, then the left. Plank. Enjoy your plank for a moment, okay? So just enjoy the plank. Engaging the belly button, glutes. Now again, we're going to push right onto the tip of our toes as we lift the sternum up between the arms. And then we're going to push back into our heels. Coming back down. Oh, stretching out. Lifting up the right leg and stepping it forward. And the other leg. And let's curl up through the spine. Last side. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, step back, left leg. Got your lunge. Right leg, plank. Engaging the glutes, the core. Pressing the heels back. Really think about pushing those heels back to keep the legs strong. And you're pushing the arms away. Okay? And then when you're ready, roll onto the tips of your toes, lifting the sternum up to the sky. And back onto those heels into downward dog. Lifting up that left leg and stepping it forward. And the right leg curling up through the spine. Let's just finish it off by inhaling up, exhaling, hands to prayer. Now, I'm going to take you into a Shavasana on the floor. The chair is going to stay here. So you can help yourself down just by using the chair to help you down to a Shavasana. Okay? And equally, to come up before we go into Shavasana, because that's where I'll finish it, you're going to use the chair to help you up. So from a seated, you want to twist towards the chair. Okay? Now, in any way that's good for you, for me, it's putting the weight on the chair and then using that to pull me up, so I'm facing the chair. And then one leg goes on the floor, so I've now got weight. And then I can keep pushing while I bring the other leg up to bring me up, okay? Otherwise, let's go into a Shavasana. And I'm going to give you two options. The traditional Shavasana is just with the heels about hip width apart, let the feet flop, hands by your side. If your back is aching, bend the knees, heel toe your feet to that mat width apart, pigeon toe them in slightly so the heels are out, and that will just let the knees drop. It also allows the lower back to drop. And now just close your eyes and relax. I'm going to allow you to stay as long as you like in Shavasana. It can be 10-15 minutes, whatever's good for your body. And I'm just going to say namaste. Practice safe.